Hey guys, today's video is gonna be about Zeraora, probably one of the most requested characters that people want me to play, so I gave him a try after the Discharge got buffed, where now gives a bigger sheet as well, and honestly went quite well. We played Weakness Policy, Focus Band, and Energy Amp in this build. Pretty much our goal is just to one-shot someone in our Unite move, or kill as many people as can, or do as much AoE damage as possible in our Unite move Discharge combo. And Weakness Policy has pretty good synergy as well with his passive. His passive as well is where he takes more damage, he will deal more damage or gets more take damage based on how much damage he's taking. Same for Weakness Policy, if you get hit, you do more damage as well. So quite strong, synergy. Our Lillipup clear is quite bad with this though. We don't have muscle bands, so we actually took quite long to kill this Lillipup. I think I started the wrong ability though. You should not start with agility, start with slash. I thought the attack speed might be more that you get from agility, but slash for sure does much more damage. So start with the slash. Now we slash the threat buff as well to just stop it from attacking. So we basic attack it once, force it in his, charge move, and then we just slash stun it, and it won't run away. So we can just kill it very fast. So yeah, this Discharge Zeraora got a buff. I really like this build though, or Void Switch as well got a buff in the last patch. I think it's a bit more fun than White Charge and Spark, and doesn't feel as cheesy. Like to me, White Charge just feels like a very cheesy move, right? The biggest problem that Zeraora still has, he's a level 6, 8, 10 character, compared to most Pokemon being, I think every other Pokemon being a level 9 Pokemon maximum now. He gets his Unite on level 10, which is very late, which means as a jungler, it's very hard for him to have his Unite move on the first threat. Pretty much impossible, honestly. At this point, it's impossible for him to have his first Unite on the first threat compared to any other jungler. Again, getting level 10, you have to be very strong, or you have to just, the enemy team just has to feed you kills for you to be level 10 on the first threat now, right? Pretty much impossible task. Just gonna reset here. So my goal is just getting level 8 as fast as possible. It didn't used to be a problem with that Zeraora didn't get level 9, just because his Discharge did so much damage that it kind of felt like a Unite move, right? But since then, Zeraora has received some nerfs. I mean, he was a very strong Pokemon for quite a while. And yeah, so now it's kind of a problem. Again, just, okay, here I slashed a bit too late. He actually does stun me. Always want to make sure you just slash the stun and stun the, Tauros out of the, or Buffalont, I mean, sorry, out of the stun animation. Again, just looking for level 8, looking also if I can gank anything. But my early game damage is very weak, right? Again, I have the Weakness Policy, Focus Band, and Energy Amp. So my early game damage is very not high. It's all about, those late game team fights where I take damage with the charge and everything hopefully dies around me. Zeraora is still a pretty good character, just picking off one target on the enemy team though. If you Unite move to charge someone, you can Void Switch onto whatever you want and can take out the biggest carry. I think it's very annoying to play against. So my main goal in this game, in late game teamfights, will be just Unite moving the Greninja and looking for kills on him as well if I can. And try to take him out of the game as good as I can. Gonna recall here again. Just gonna get my double buffs. I'm so weak in these early game fights there on bot side right now with this build, so I really don't want to fight there. I'm just gonna make sure I secure my level 8 for the strat at least. I know that the enemy jungler is not gonna be level 9 as well, so yeah, it's gonna be quite nice. Also using Void Switch here to clear things faster is also very nice. It also received a damage buff a while ago, so it does help you clear things very fast. Also on level 8, with this build you can start kidnapping people. So the way it works is, when Discharge ends and they're paralyzed, they get pulled towards you. So you can Void Switch in, discharge someone, make them paralyzed, and then jump back in. And you can paralyze someone by getting boosted auto attacks. Here I'm just going to jump in, try to go for the Greninja, which again will be my main target, and luckily Blissey gets it. So your boosted auto attack paralyzes them, and the paralyze will make your Discharge stun or pull them towards you at the end. So I'm trying for it, but sadly I didn't press my Void Switch back. You saw Pikachu flying towards me. If I press Void Switch there back, which I thought I didn't apparently, he would have flown to me and I would have taken him, calling it a kidnap combo, because I'm literally kidnapping them. Here going for the Greninja again, and we actually do crazy good damage. He died so fast there. Of course I got Blissey Unite moved as well, but the guy actually just completely disappeared. So it still has pretty good damage when you're ahead. Obviously, the worst part about this build is if you fall behind, it feels quite awful. And you will notice that you will not do a lot of damage at some point. For hit items as well, I think you can also consider a Body Barrier on this Pokemon over Focus Band, but I was like, okay, I'm just gonna try Focus Band one game to see how that goes. He's still a pretty good Body Barrier character, cause I mean, you jump into 4 or 5 characters, right? So if you don't have a shield to negate some damage, you might just die very fast. But Discharge does give a bigger shield as well now, so I guess that kind of makes up for it, for not having Body Barrier in this game. So I just tried some Focus Band for a bit of better early game, a better brawling. Have my Unite move right here, I'm just gonna look for a kill very fast, and hopefully have it for the next strat. Already a bit quite late, but I do have Energy Amp, so I thought maybe I can have it for the next threat. Go for him, go for the next guy here, looking for the Greninja, waiting for my Discharge again. It's very important to play around your cooldowns as much as you can. Void Switch him, because his cooldowns are quite high, and you're pretty much beyond useless. If your discharge is not up, you really don't do much. Looking for another kill here. Try to pull him with me, kind of failed. And yeah. Another thing, Zeraora still, like, why I think you can be considered again is he's another character that also profited from Buddy Barriers being nerfed, right? A lot of his AoE damage in team fights just got blocked by Buddy Barriers being around. Also, everyone being much squishier now, which means, you know, they will die easier. Every speedster kind of got a pseudo buff by, you know, everyone losing low of HP. There's the pull. I was just practicing. I think there's something, if you want to play this build, it's something you've just gone to try mode and practice a lot. Because it's a very, very strong combo. If you do it perfectly, you're going to have huge impact on the game. So my Unite move was a bit late. I was still trying to farm it back up now. I should have probably not used it on top side, but we did get 2 kills with it. Don't have it for this fight now. So I'm just going to play around my Void Switch, Discharge as much as I can. Look again for Greninja, whatever here. I'm just jumping to 3 characters, looking for as many as I can with my Discharge. And we did hit a good amount of people and a good amount of damage, but sadly not enough. Again, waiting for my cooldowns. Very important, wait for your cooldowns. Going back in, getting a shield from Discharge. But we almost die. We do at least get 1 kill with the Void Switch, you know, return. And now they go for Dread, though. I don't really have good last hitting unless my Unite move is up. And my Unite move is so close. If I had like 1 more Corpfish, I could have probably won this so hard. Sadly, the Surf of Greninja gets it. I'm just Unite moving 1 more time here, just to make sure we get the kill on the Venusaur. And now we're just gonna farm, try and get level 14. Level 14 is where you get the Charge Plus, which will start slowing as well. Also pretty strong. I mean, CC is always good, right? Even just slowing, keeping everyone in your AoE and making them, you know, if they blink away from you, they're still kind of slowed, so you might still have a chance of catching up to them. And yeah, looking for level 40 now. I know there's a Rotom spawning, but this Rotom is really not that important. There's still the tier 1 goal is up, so I mean, it might break it, but yeah, it's really not that important. Experiences at this point in the game is much more important, and running 2 fights you might not be able to win. It's quite difficult. They might not still have Unite moves for this right now. Like you see Greninja probably had Unite move there, we saw the thing under him. Could have also been X attack, but yeah. Looking for level 14, Rotom is still up as well. I mean, if you get this Rotom, I mean, it's for sure nice. We can maybe get a score in, but it's nothing you should be tunnel visioning on. Looking for another Discharge here, and just keep going back in. Pikachu does Unite move us, and that's the problem with fighting like these low cooldown Pokemon, Unite Pokemon, that yeah, can always have Unite move still up again very fast. So against a Pikachu Talonflame, it's always still quite scary. Here, you have to be careful. I double tipped my Void Switch because I was stunned. And that's something that really annoys me about Pokemon Unite as well, that when you're stunned and you just press a button that has like 2 times pressing it, like Void Switch, it might just double cast it, right, on accident, just because you're spamming it as soon as... You want it to go out as soon as you're not stunned anymore, right? Sadly, I can't Unite move here anymore, just looking for something, but I actually get picked off. Going a bit too deep there. Again, Zeraora, pretty squishy character still overall as well, so if you're a bit too deep, you are going to die very fast. But we see Venusaur using our Venusaur using Unite move here, which is way too late. Obviously, you shouldn't do that. He does get kills with it, but it's just not worth it, losing Venusaur Unite. So again, we approach Zapdos, and what I said before is I want to target Greninja, right? If Greninja dies, I think we have a pretty good chance of winning this game. He's the biggest carry, the enemy jungler. And that's why Zeraora, like, we used to be meta because he was just so good into all these squishy junglers like Cinderace, Greninja. He pretty much just could take them down on his own. He got replaced by Talonflame at some point, who just did many things much better. But Zeraora used to be a great counter to Cinderace and Greninja and kind of negate them in team fights. And that's my goal here as well. I want to go for the Greninja as much as I can and try to get him out of this team fight. So I'm looking for him already. There we go. I'm just waiting for my cooldowns right now. You can see me already targeting his Unite move on him. Discharge into him now. Unite move him. He has to Unite move as well to live, but he does fall. So most important guy is down. Have to wait for our cooldowns again. Aegislash is going for us. Venusaur's chasing us, but we're actually losing this team fight. We didn't have Venusaur Unite, right, as well, so quite difficult team fight to win. And I also, again, have to be very careful for slow bro CC if I jump in. So, Zapdos is still up, just waiting for our teammates to respawn. I'm looking for something here. That's right here. I could have actually gotten destroyed there. If the Surf stuns me in a good point, I might not be able to go back in my Void Switch, and I could die. Venusaur chases me. I'm just going to go back onto him, again, waiting for my cooldowns, pulling him in this time, CCing for a bit longer. This is also very nice, like this long pull, CC's character is much more longer, right? And now we just play around our cooldowns again, wait for our next Void Switch. Zapdos is dying. Gonna try and make it back there in time. And luckily our Cramorant actually gets it. Our Cramorant gets the Zapdos. This is also a very interesting team fight. And we do take victory in this one. Thanks to our Cramorant sting Zapdos. And yeah, honestly, I should try. I think I should give him a bit more try. We ended up on 82,000 damage, which I thought was pretty reasonable for how the game was. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and see you in the next one. Bye!